The morning air in Berea carried more than just the crisp chill of Ohio fall. It carried tension. Cleveland's practice field didn't buzz with the usual preseason hum. It erupted. Joe Flacco's locker was empty, his nameplate gone. The veteran presence that once commanded quiet respect had been traded away, leaving behind a void filled by anticipation, doubt, and something far more dangerous: hope. Cameras no longer lingered on the old veteran arm. They found a new focal point. All eyes turned to one man, Shedeur Sanders. From the moment he jogged onto the field, the mood shifted. Conversations stopped mid-sentence. Coaches turned their heads. Even Kevin Stefanski stood with folded arms, lips pursed, watching like a man who just saw the future walk by. There was something magnetic about it, an energy that doesn't ask for attention but demands it. The rookie with the swagger of a veteran took his first snap, dropped back, and the field seemed to quiet itself, as if football itself was holding its breath. And in that silence, Berea turned into a live highlight reel. The Browns have been walking a tightrope since the Joe Flacco trade. His departure fractured more than just the quarterback room. It shook the foundation of a franchise trying to redefine itself. Dillon Gabriel, the freshly appointed QB1, inherited the role, but not the belief. Because everyone, players, coaches, even the fans standing outside the practice fence, could feel it. Shedeur Sanders wasn't there to learn quietly. He was there to take over. Whispers filled the building. Who's next? Is he ready? Did you see that throw? The uncertainty bled into everything, from meeting rooms to media briefings. Kevin Stefanski, caught between loyalty and legacy, played the politician, calling it healthy competition. But in Cleveland, they've heard that before. The truth was simpler and louder. A storm was brewing. Then came the throw, the kind that erases doubt. Not a safe checkdown or routine completion, but a missile launched with purpose. Sanders rolled right, read the coverage in a heartbeat, and unleashed a spiral that cut through the cold air like a laser. Jerry Jeudy turned mid-route, never breaking stride, and the ball landed in his hands, perfectly placed. The sideline gasped. For a moment, everything froze. Myles Garrett dropped his helmet. Even the defensive coaches went silent. And at the center of it all stood Stefanski, his jaw tight, eyes wide. He knew what he just saw wasn't luck. It was a glimpse of what's next. One assistant muttered under his breath, "That's the future." It wasn't a prediction. It was a realization. Phones went up. Beat reporters started tweeting before the next snap even began. That single throw went viral before practice ended. Within minutes, clips hit social media, headlines followed, and the buzz became a roar. Cleveland's rookie didn't just throw a pass. He threw down a gauntlet. And everyone watching understood what it meant. Dillon Gabriel did too. The cameras caught him standing still on the sideline, helmet in hand, jaw clenched. You could read it on his face. The awareness that the clock had started ticking on his reign as QB1. He tried to stay composed, but the tension was impossible to ignore. Stefanski called the offense in, voice calm but tone sharp, trying to wrestle back control of a moment already gone. Andrew Berea, the general manager, reportedly left his office just to see it for himself. When he arrived, Sanders was still in command, reading defenses, calling audibles, adjusting protections like a seasoned pro. Rumor has it Berea muttered to a staffer, "This changes everything." Behind closed doors, the quarterback room became a silent battlefield. The whiteboard listed plays, but what everyone saw were rankings. Gabriel sat upright, arms crossed, eyes fixed on the film. Sanders leaned back, cool, unbothered, laser-focused on every frame. The hierarchy that had been so carefully maintained was crumbling. It was no longer teacher and student. It was challenger and incumbent. Veterans began to take sides quietly. Some favored Gabriel's work ethic, his leadership, but others whispered about the it factor that Sanders carried. The calm under pressure, the rhythm in his play, the way the offense seemed to breathe differently with him under center. "He's got something you can't teach," one player reportedly told a local reporter. Stefanski insisted it was competition, not controversy. But the tape didn't lie. Sanders was sharper, faster, hungrier. By the next morning, Cleveland was on fire. Sports radio hosts couldn't talk about anything else. "Shatter steals the show," one headline read. QB1 controversy in Cleveland. Another teased. On national TV, Stephen A. Smith called Sanders the real deal. Skip Bayless accused the Browns of holding back a generational talent. It didn't matter that it was just one practice. In Cleveland, one spark is all it takes to light the match. The Browns' PR team scrambled to calm the storm, but it was too late. The city had found its new obsession. Fans flooded the team's social media demanding Sanders start Week 1. Even Joe Flacco, now gone, was rumored to have told friends, "That kid's got next." The next practice was electric. Sanders arrived early, earbuds in, focused, carrying himself like someone who already belonged. His reps doubled overnight. Every pass was crisp, every read decisive. The ball left his hand with a confidence that made defensive backs hesitate. Receivers noticed. Jerry Jeudy and Amari Cooper gravitated toward him, trading tips, chatting between drills. Myles Garrett tested him with a few verbal jabs, and Sanders fired right back, grinning. Respect earned. Reporters clocked his completion rate near perfect that day. The offense moved smoother, more natural, like everyone had been waiting for him to show up. Stefanski tried to call it developmental progress, but anyone watching knew better. This was the beginning of something larger. Within the week, Cleveland was divided. Half of the city believed Sanders was the future, the next great hope in a franchise cursed by mediocrity. The other half feared the hype was moving too fast, that the rookie wasn't ready to handle the weight of the dog pound. Stefanski stood at the eye of the storm, every decision scrutinized. Bench Sanders, and you risk the locker room turning cold. Start him, and critics call it panic. Behind the scenes, the front office was buzzing. Rumors spread that owner Jimmy Haslam started requesting daily updates on Sanders' progress. To him, it wasn't just about football, it was business. Jerseys, ticket sales, national attention. Cleveland hasn't had a young star like this since Baker Mayfield's early days, and even that never felt this electric. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel's frustration grew visible. He missed reads, forced throws, and carried himself like a man watching the tide rise against him. Sanders, however, stayed unshaken, composed. Every question from the media deflected, every compliment ignored. He didn't need to talk. The film was doing that for him. In a franchise haunted by what-ifs and almosts, something was finally different. Sanders wasn't chasing validation. He was earning it, one throw at a time. His calm confidence reminded fans of his father, Deion Sanders. The swagger, the poise, the unshakable focus under pressure. But this wasn't Deion's shadow. This was Shedeur's moment. The Browns' future suddenly looked brighter than it had in years, but also more volatile. Because in Cleveland, hope is a dangerous thing. It lifts you up just high enough to break your heart if you fall. But for now, the city doesn't care. They've seen enough to believe again. Joe Flacco's chapter is closed. Dillon Gabriel's might be closing soon. And Shedeur Sanders, he's not just opening a new one. He's rewriting the entire story. Cleveland's practice field isn't just a field anymore. It's a stage. And every snap from Sanders feels like a scene from a movie that's just getting started. You can feel it in the air, the momentum building, the belief spreading. So the question now isn't if Shedeur Sanders will start. It's when. And maybe the real question is, can Kevin Stefanski afford to wait any longer? What do you think, Browns fans? Is it time to hand the keys to number 12 and let him lead this franchise into the future? Or should the team hold back and risk missing their moment yet again? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more breaking Browns updates, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of this unfolding quarterback revolution.